Hello everyone, welcome to the Language Lantern where we illuminate the depth of literature. Today we will be diving deep into Leigh Hunt's poem The Glove and the Lions, which is nothing but a narrative poem. This is for grade 10 ICSE curriculum. So this dramatic and engaging poem blends courtly romance. It has action and a critique of vanity, all wrapped in a thrilling scene set in the royal court. So let's explore this line by line. We will be looking at the literary devices and also the key themes. So let's go into stanza 1. King Francis was a hearty king and loved a royal sport. And one day, as his lions fought, sat looking on the court, the nobles filled the benches and the ladies in their pride, and amongst them sat the Count de Lorge with one for whom he sighed. So the first line talks about the king's character. It introduces the king's character. King Francis was a hearty, meaning lively, and an enthusiastic ruler who enjoyed thrilling sports, especially involving animals. Okay. And one day, as his lions fought, sat looking on the court. So then watched the lions fight, and he was seated comfortably in his royal court. The nobles filled the benches and the ladies in their pride. The royal audience, consisting of the nobles and also the ladies sitting proudly, the proud ladies were seated to watch the gallant show. So, what is the key idea here? We get to know that the royal audience is present. And amongst them sat the Count de Lorge with one for whom he sighed. So among the nobles sat Count de Lorge next to the lady whom he was in love with. So there is love interest introduced introduced in this line. And truly it was a gallant thing to see that crowning show, valor and love, and a king above, and the royal beast below. Ramped and roared the lions with horrid laughing jaws. They bit, they glared, they bit, they glared, gave blows like beams. A wind went with their paws. So let's look at line 5. And truly, it was a gallant thing to see that crowning show. It was a grand and a brave spectacle to witness. Okay, so the fight is exciting and also glorious. So, valor and love, and a king above, and the royal beast below. So, the scene represents courage, it represents love, it represents king's authority and fierce lions. Okay, so the contrasting elements of love and violence is what we can see. So this is a juxtaposition, valor and love, and royal with royal beast. Ramped and roared the lions with horrid laughing jaws. So the lions jumped and roared with terrifying open mouths. So here we understand the fierceness of the lions. There is personification, laughing jaws. It they glared, gave blows like beams. A wind went with their paws. So the lions bit and hit With such force, their blows were like beams of light. Were like beams of light. There is simile here. Blows like beams. Their paws stirred wind. Stirred wind. Wind went with their paws. Their paws stirred wind. With wallowing might and stifled roar, they rolled on one another till all the pit with sand and mane was in a thunderous smother. The bloody foam above the bars came whisking through the air. Said Francis, then, "Faith, gentlemen, we are better here than there." So this line, they rolled with bellowing might and stifled roar, they rolled on one another. The lions, they rolled around with suppressed roars and great force. Okay, they rolled with suppressed roars and great force. So there is a violent struggle till all the pit with sand and mane was in a thunderous smother. So the arena was filled with dust, it was filled with lions' manes, creating loud and confusing mess. Okay, thunderous smother, confusing mess. So there is a description of a very chaotic atmosphere. The bloody foam above the bar came whisking through the air. So blood and foam flew into the air past the safety bars. We can see blood and foam both flew past flew into the air past the safety bars. We can see blood and foam flew into the air past the safety bars. Said Francis, then, "Faith, gentlemen, we are better here than there." So the King Francis remarks that they are safer watching than being in the arena. The key idea here, there is humor and irony. Okay, so these lines talk about the lady's test. Okay, Deloge's love overheard the king, a beauteous, lively dame, with smiling lips and sharp bright eyes, which always seem the same. She thought, "The count, my lover, is brave as brave can be. He surely would do wondrous things to show his love for me." So, Count de Lorge's beautiful lady hears the king. She overheard the king say the previous line. So, focus the shifts to the lady. There is the focus from the king and from the lions fighting moves to the lady. The focus moves to the lady. Okay, she was a beauteous, lively dame, a very beautiful looking lady with smiling lips and sharp bright eyes, which always seem the same. That is, she always smiled confidently with sharp and bright eyes. Sharp and bright eyes. So, here we get to know there is a description of her nature, which is constant and maybe proud. Proud of her beauty. She thought, "The count, my lover, is brave as brave can be." She believed her lover was the bravest man. Lady's confidence in her lover. We can see the lady's confidence in her lover, that is count, the count. So there is repetition here and simile. He surely would do wondrous things to show his love for me. She expects him to perform heroic acts for her. She desires a public display of love. So here the literary device is foreshadowing. We get to know what's going to happen next. An idea. We get an idea of what could happen in the next few lines. This is stanza 5, and we get to know the glove here is dropped. King, ladies, lovers, all look on. The occasion is divine. I will drop my glove to prove his love. Great glory will be mine. So, here the atmosphere is perfect for the grand gesture. So, she's romanticizing the moment. Okay, I will drop my glove to prove his love. A great glory will be mine. So, here the lady decides to drop her glove into the lion's pit to test his love. So, she wants to drop, okay, to test his love. She dropped her glove to prove his love, then looked at him and smiled. So she drops the glove and waits to see if he will prove his love. He bowed and in a moment leaped among the lions wild. So the count, he here is the count. What did the count do? The count bowed and in a moment he accepted the challenge and jumped into the pit, and immediately jumped into the pit. Here we can see Count's bravery. Okay, and in this particular line, we can see the lady's vanity. What is vanity? Excessive pride. Okay, the leap was quick, return was quick. He has regained his place. So he retrieves the glove swiftly and comes back. He retrieves the glove, and swiftly regains his place. He just comes back. So here we can see efficiency and control of the count. Then threw the glove, but not with love, right in the lady's face. So he angrily throws the glove at her, showing contempt. Okay, rejection of her vanity is what we can see. The count rejects her vanity. This is stanza 7, and stanza 7 gives us the moral. By God, said Francis, rightly done, and he rose from where he sat. No love, quoth he, but vanity sets love a task like that. So the king praises the count's action and stands up in admiration. The king stands up in admiration for the count. So the key idea here is the king's support for the count. The king supports the count's rejection. The king supports. The count's rejection. Okay. No love, quoth he, but vanity sets love a task like that. The king says that this wasn't love, it was pure vanity. Moral of the poem: love shouldn't be tested by ego. So this powerful narrative poem by Leigh Hunt cleverly critiques how vanity can disguise itself as love. Through the Count's bold act and wise refusal, Hunt shows that real love is not about performing dangerous stunts, but about mutual respect and sincerity. So, what is the theme that we can explore here? Love versus vanity. So, the theme that we can explore is love versus vanity. We have bravery, social expectations, dignity, and honor. Okay. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more English literature breakdowns. See you in the next video. Until then, keep your lanterns lit and your curiosity brighter. Thank you. Bye bye.